This may take a couple times to get this right, but today a man named Christopher Hitchens died. He's a fairly well-known intellectual, renowned atheist. He has taken on people like Mother Teresa and Bill Clinton, many others. And he does speak like this. He's English. I have many thoughts on him. He's obviously a genius. He's obviously very brave. He's gone to many militant religious countries and held these stances of atheism. Some of his books are God is Not Great. I want to say Religion Poisons Everything might be another book of his. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Christopher Hitchens, he's an amazing debater, and what I like about him most is he is an intellectual with great wit, but unlike some intellectuals with great wit, he doesn't seem to take great pride in himself. Obviously, a lot of intellectuals have that voice, of I don't know if it's condescension or superiority. He had that, as does Bill Maher and Ann Coulter, William F. Buckley. They all seem to have that kind of pompous, I don't know, I almost crashed. But the funny thing is that I was afraid to mention anything about him on my Facebook wall, because I know that there's a lot of religious people out there and they would take offense to any kind of mention, and I just don't want to have that on my Facebook wall. But I feel bad because the guy, no matter what you thought of him, as people do judge people, no matter what you thought of him, he was very brave for his stance in a world that's mostly religious, and he was very good at what he did. So you couldn't deny the fact that, yes, he was an intellectual. He was well versed in history and in English, and they say that he was great at being able to, read past history and make it relevant today, and that's quite a talent to be well read like that and still be able to talk to the masses, if you will. So anyway, how does this apply to me? I have to say that I was quite an atheist for many years, saying a lot of the things that Hitchens said through his life, not knowing that this guy says the same thing. I have a lot more studying of him. He's a fascinating guy. But I came to the conclusion at some point, I don't know how long ago it was, I know I have the date, 3, 4, 5 years ago, but I know there was a date where I didn't like the fact that I was negative and an atheist, and so I reached out for some spirituality, and I feel sort of embarrassed because it took The Secret, the book, to make that happen. And the reason why is that The Secret is such a basic book of just how one should live their life. It's not that you want to attract money and wealth or things, material things. It's a better way to live your life. I wasn't being thankful. I wasn't being grateful. I wasn't seeing the magnificence of life around me, and I still struggle with it. It's nothing that comes easy to me. To this day, of finding the spirituality, I find, I struggle. But they say I'm in the process. They say you have to use certain terminology. I'm in the process of getting better, but because if you say struggle, that's not the right word. But it's all about energy. It's the energy you're putting out. It's the energy that will come back to you. And whether you have a lot of stuff going on subconsciously, whether you've already kind of dug a hole that might be difficult to get out of, but a lot of people take offense to that vision. But it recommends a lot of great things. I mean, if you're in bad places, if you're in a third world country, if you're in an abusive place, you can use meditation to sometimes escape these places, if not for a little while. Yes, The Secret's not going to pull you out of prison, but it will make you be a better person. And that's what I was looking to become. Because I didn't have a God to follow and I didn't believe in that, I still needed rules to make me a better person. So where some people find the secret to be, I don't know if they consider it fluff or superficial or materialistic, it was a turning point for me. And I have much more studying to do, but that book really just said, look, you're not being grateful, you're not being thankful, you're not respecting everyone, you're not just living, you're not living a righteous life. You're living, I was skeptical, I was cynical, and I still am. I fight with it. But that book turned me around a lot, and I just wish I had more people in my life who could continue to refocus some of my energies. So anyway, Christopher Hitchens, atheist, intellectual, dead, died of cancer, 62, and I think ironically is the one thing you would see when you would see him debate is, oh my God, this guy's a genius. I mean, he would make you express the very thing that he fought against, which was a God presence, and there you sort of felt a God presence from him. And the secret says there is God, that all of us are God. There's God in all of us, and we can be God-like if we choose to be. And I know people have trouble with that, but he had some really great stances on religion. I'm not going to put him out on this video. It would only perturb some people, but seek out his writings, and you should always be researching and getting all sorts of opinion, and his opinion was definitely well written. If nothing else, if you don't believe in him, he was an intellectual, a masterful debater. There's plenty of that online, and he was a great writer. So no matter what you think about him, check out Christopher Hitchens, and I really do believe that in the next 10 to 20, 30 years, we're going to have more and more intellectuals, because the ability to access information it's really coming to fruition. It's really exciting. So hopefully there'll be more and more super intelligent people in the world, which we need. Gosh, I was going to say something else, but I just feel like, that some people who run for office, they have an amazing ability to compartmentalize, and it's kind of shocking to me that there's something eerie about candidates for office. There's some sort of compartmentalization that they do. There's some sort of quality missing, and it feels like it's compassion. I feel like sometimes people who run for office believe they're intellectuals and are condescending and have a lack of compassion. I don't know how that means anything to this conversation, but it was in my mind. Anyway, that's all. Check out Christopher Hitchens, sample his work, check him out on YouTube, and judge him for yourself. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.